American artist Georgia O'Keeffe was born in a farmhouse near Sun Prairie, Wisconsin on November 15, 1887. She spent her youth growing up on the family farm with her 6 brothers and sisters. Georgia began to draw and paint when she was a child. Her mother encouraged her to express herself through art. She enrolled Georgia in art classes, and Georgia experimented with many different art media. She discovered that she enjoyed painting with watercolor paints the most. By the time Georgia was 10 years old, she decided she wanted to be a professional artist when she grew up. But there was a problem. During the early 1900s, it was not easy for a woman to become a professional artist. During this time, most artists were men. Georgia wasn't taken seriously, and many people looked down upon her and her art. But Georgia was strong, and these attitudes didn't stop her from continuing to try to pursue her dream of becoming an artist. While Georgia was in art school, she began to experiment and develop her own unique style. Just as she was encouraged to do by her mother when she was a child, Georgia began to express her emotions and feelings through her work. After Georgia graduated from art school, she got married and moved to New York City with her husband. The big city was very different from the farm where Georgia grew up, but she embraced city life. As she continued to develop her style, Georgia was influenced by both the city of New York and the landscape of New Mexico, where she had a second home. She became a famous and popular modernist artist, selling hundreds of works, many of which are now displayed in museums throughout the world. Some of Georgia's most famous paintings are large-scale impressions of flowers and plants. Her paintings of flowers are filled with brilliant color and often show exquisite close-up details of the flowers. Georgia spent much of her later life in New Mexico. New Mexico was a special place for her. The landscape provided her with inspiration and had a significant influence on her art. She painted impressions of the hills, rivers, and cliffs that surrounded her. She enjoyed painting the changing colors of the New Mexico landscape as the light changed throughout the day. Some of her most famous paintings feature the skull bone of a cow, giving her art a Western feel. Let's take a look at some images of artwork created by Georgia O'Keeffe. Georgia O'Keeffe died in 1986 at the age of 98 in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Today, she is considered one of the most influential and famous female artists in American history. She is sometimes referred to as the mother of American modernism.